Alrighty, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Thursday Night Live Coin and Silver Auction with me, Raven of RavenHawk Coins. Hope y'all are having a great evening. Good to see everybody hanging out. I see quite a few of you already here. Always good to see the nest coming out in full force. Hope you guys are staying nice and cool. The weather's been pretty warm here for a spring. But hey, good to see. We got Invisible River Ranch, Fat Baxter, Perry Custom Cars, Peter Bowes, Create Craft Coins and Collectibles, Teacher 1388, Wolf Tracks in the Nest, as well as Brother Doug Wagner, Perry Custom Cards, Happy Bears, John Camper. Happy birthday to Teacher 1388. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Teacher. Happy birthday to you. Michael LeFew is here. Good to see you, brother. Vincent Caparina, Doug Harding, Muscle Shell, Silver Wishes 6000, Wausau Game Cam, J-Dog with a $5 super chat says, better call somebody, brother. Buy Up Gold and Silver is here. Jack Covert in the nest. Good to see Wolf Tracks. James Best, how you doing? If I missed anybody, I apologize. Blue and Brown Boatsy, how you doing, my friend? Guys, Michael LeFew, 40 months as a Platinum Penguin. Des Logic, 5 years is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, Des? CM Silver, Ben Stacking, Coin Silver. Good to see you, good to see you, my friends. Texas Raider, how you doing? Michael Hargis, how you doing? So, you know, what I thought was interesting is this is the first time that the auction preview channel, Gary S. in the Nest, the views before a stream was substantially low. Things are changing in YouTube. There's a lot less competition, but it seems a lot more people are hanging out at Whatnot and whatnot. But you know me, I'm loyal to the nest. I will be here in the nest because you guys are absolutely awesome. I appreciate every one of you. What's up, Silver Surfer Coins? Gary S., thank you, brother. I appreciate that. So yeah, we have tonight's early bird giveaway is going to be some currency right here from 1969, consecutive numbers. What's up, Silver Surfer? Fell in love with one piece that's up for grabs tonight, says Crawdaddy. Silver, CM Silver, 71 months as a Platinum Penguin, ladies and gentlemen. Holy cow. Thank you, CM. I appreciate you, brother. 7 Stacks, how you doing? KJ in Ohio. Good to see you, my friend. Staying here with Brother Raven in the nest, says J-Dog. J-Dog, you know, things happen. Stuff happens. They come and go. Somebody asked how to bid earlier, says Crazy Stacker. That's pretty easy. You guys know we do it live. I wasn't here earlier, of course. I'm an old man. I fall asleep before the show. And then I wake up. But yeah, let's start the early bird giveaway. And then we'll get into the auction and see what happens on the night. Give me just a second here. And let me find that Nightbot button. There it is. All right. Let's do giveaway. What up, Mud Swat? Ronald Rockmore, Jimmy Lakari, how you doing? All right, let me put this on live chat. Lyle Lakamoto, Bigfoot, what's going on? Gilbert Rogers, how you doing, my friend? Jera Jones, James Best, how you doing? K-Song 2006, Scorpio, Brian Jensen, good to see you, good to see you. All right. Definitely good luck to everybody, and we will be right back. And then we'll start the auction. What's up, Roy Boy? Crafty Dragon, Douglas Mandalas, how you doing? Jim Shank, what's new? All right, I will be back. All right, guys. Crate Craft, good to hear that you're doing better, man. I'm happy for you, brother. All right, let's see here. Who's gonna be our winner in 3, 2, 1. Booyah. John Camper, ladies and gentlemen. John Camper, you just won the currency, my friend. Congratulations on the early bird. Put John's name on the envelope. Congratulations, brother. Cool. All right. Let's close that out and we'll get started here on the auction, my friends. Turn off the Nightbot. Turn off the Nightbot. I'm getting a weird glare from my my light overhead. Usually I don't have that issue. Well, what do you do, right? Alright, so our first item up tonight is an Indian head scent, ladies and gentlemen. And let me get this a little bit better organized. Put the giveaways here. We're going to put that under the scope. And this is 1903. XF, you can see right here, you know what, let me get my little pointer. You can see right here that it has most of the diamonds. Right there. Of course, you're going to have full liberty, you can have everything really nice and pretty. And then the reverse is going to be pretty nice as well. Let me get the description. This coin is probably about 15 to 20 bucks at any coin shop in this condition. But we will start the bids off at a whole $1, ladies and gentlemen, and see what happens. Good luck, everybody. Good luck. Guys, James Barron coming in with the George at $5, ladies and gentlemen. The invisible scope in full effect. James Barron in the lead at 5. Looking for at least 6 in the mix. Do we hear 6? We got a slow crowd tonight. All right, going once. Barron in the lead at 5. Let's see here. Hold on. Guys, Gary S. at 6. Mr. Edwards trying to get in there. Hold on, let me, I've got a thing that'll... That's the obverse. You can see there's 1, 2, 3, almost the 4 diamonds. 1903. The grading was done by the coin shop, not myself. CM Silver coming in at 9 and doing fine. What's up, Sam Wilson? Going once. Oh, no worries, Sam. Got to keep your lady happy, brother. All right, James Barron coming in at 10, ladies and gentlemen, going once. Guys, CM Silver coming in at 11, looking for 12, going once. Going twice. CM in the lead. Last call from Mr. Owl. Key. James Barron coming in with the George at 12, ladies and gentlemen. Going once. Going twice. Looking for 13. Do we hear 13? Last call from Mr. Owl. Key. Oh. James in the lead at 12. Looking for 13. All in. Fair warning. Warning. This bad bag coin looks like it's going to be sold to James Barron for 12. James Barron getting a nice deal. Welcome to Jeff Curves for subscribing. Thank you, Jeff. James, thank you for the coin purchase. Okay, guys, give me just a second. I got to close the door real quick. Hold on one sec. All right. The microphone picks up way too much background noise. It's super distracting. What's up, Chuck Stacks? How you doing, my friend? All right, next item up, we have a 1902 Indian head cent. We're going to throw it under the scope. Same thing, XF45. To get that, you really just have to have a majority of the diamonds still there. So there's 1 diamond, 2 diamond. The 3rd diamond's kind of missing, but let's see if I can get a better angle on this for us. Hold on just a second here. So this one's more like 2.5 diamonds, but the reverse looks really nice. You can see there's the full shield going on. There is a little bit of a scratch under the 1 and 1 cent there. Some dark lines I see, but still not a bad coin. Let me get the description for everybody. thinking that actually might be a, I don't know, grading subjective. It's between a 40 and a 45 for sure. We'll start the bid off at $1 like the last one, my friends. You know how we do it. Try to make it fun. All right. Good luck, everybody. Good luck. Oops. All right. Well, looks like the 1902 is not moving. James Barron starting us off at $1. Gary S. in the nest coming in at 5 and staying alive. What's up, Miss Coin Crew? Good to see you, hon. Going once. Brian Robinson, welcome to the show, my friend. Wayne Lynn coming in at 6. CM Silver coming in with the George at 8. Gary S. coming in at 9 and doing fine. Gary S. in the lead at 9, looking for 10. Going once. Gary S. in the lead at 9, looking for 10. Going twice. Gary S. in the lead. Last call for Mr. Alcohol. All right, Gary in the lead at 9, looking for 10. All in. Fair warning. Warning. This bad coin looks like it is. Guys, CM Silver coming in with the George and the Snope at $10. Going once. Going twice. Expert major snopage, says Brother J-Dog. I'm sitting in a sports bar in Texas rooting for Purdue over Texas. Last call for Mr. Alcohol. See him at 10. James Reel coming in with the Snope at the last second. Going once at 12. Looking for 13. Going twice. James in the lead at 12. Last call from Mr. Alcohol. James at 12, looking for 13. All in. Fair warning. Warning. This bad coin is sold to James Reel for 12, ladies and gentlemen. People getting a good deal. Congratulations to James. Hey, Miss Coin Crew, how's everybody doing? All right. What up, Copper Out Coins? James Warner, what's up, brother? This is actually the first time in a long time that we've had a stream start off where we're 20 minutes in with less than 100 people. What's up, Zach Katz? Especialo, how you doing? All right, next item up, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste, how you doing? Good to see you. Right here, 1947 Balboa. I got something. Oh, I know what that is. Dang it. I was messing with some gardening outside and didn't clean my hands off good enough. Sorry about that, guys. It's springtime, Invisible River Ranch. 1947 half Balboa from Panama. It's got a little bit of a rotated die. Cool coin, about $25 or so in silver. My internet went offline, says Joe Corona. Sorry to hear that. Or Joe Racona. Sorry about that. I messed up your last name there. So we will start this about where silver's at. Let's say it's $25. What's up, Bracken Family Life? How you doing? Good luck, my friends. Good luck. Guys, Namaste starting at 25. Harding and Edwards trying to get in there. Raining all day. It's nice and warm here. We got a fire warning in effect. Mr. Edwards at 26. Harding at 28. Bracken trying to get in there at 26. Doug at 28 with the George. George going once, looking for 29 to make it fine. Do we hear 29? What's up, Darren Wilkinson? Going twice, my friends. You know how we do it. No slow roll. Argent Appeal, how you doing? Last call for Mr. Alcohol. Chuck Stacks coming in at 29. Real at 30. Keeping it real. All right, ladies and gentlemen. A foot for silver. Holy cow. What's up, brother? Going once. James Real in the lead at 30. Looking for 31. Going twice. What do you guys think about what's going on with silver right now? I've had a kind of a heated debate with a friend of mine earlier about the price of silver, and I say heated, it was just in good fun, but we both have very differing opinions. All right, last call for Mr. Alcohol. Ladies and gentlemen, in the lead, Mr. Real at 30, looking for 31. All in. Fair warning. Warning. This bad Balboa legend is sold to James Real for 30. You know, guys, here's the thing. Let's see. James Real. Oh, I have an announcement, guys. By the way, I wouldn't be hurt if it dropped back to 40. Ty McFadden, I'm right there with you. I am right there with you. I think that there's a lot of misinformation that's been going on for a while, and it's really, really hard to say who's going to be right or wrong. But you know what, my friends, it's kind of crazy to see where it went, because silver has a history of climbing high and falling even harder. You know, it's just the nature of the beast. But these prices that we've seen have been pretty crazy, you know. I mean, heck, gold's gone down over $1,000 in just a week. You know, I mean, that is pretty gnarly, you know. Yeah, Doug Harding, but here's the thing. There's still a lot of it out there that can be actually refined and turned into pure silver. And literally, it costs about $20 to bring an ounce of silver to market from mining. So that's kind of crazy to say that it's worth, you know, that much. But we'll see what happens, you know. We'll see what happens. Big announcement. So you guys know that I help with the Wounded Warrior Project, and Vote for Pedro and everything. Runs that. He's out with his family tonight, so he's not here. But anybody going forward that is part of the auctions, and you know, if you get something, you end up donating it to be a part of the Wounded Warrior Project auction happening in July, you're going to be entered into a special giveaway for $100 credit on the channel. You know, and then that $100 is still going to be donated actually back to Wounded Warrior Project. I'm not keeping the money, but you guys will get a $100 credit. Because I think that's pretty cool, and it's a way to help build some information, you know, some knowledge, people to know about the Wounded Warrior Project and whatnot. But yeah, I figured I would tell you guys that, and we'll have probably a video down the road about it as well. All right. Next item up. we have a really cool. Yeah, you know, Argentina has some silver. Mexico has silver that they're not opening up and producing. There's mines that are waiting. Wounded Warrior is a solid project. Bracken Family Life, we've been doing it for the last few years and have raised over $500,000. All right. Next item up, 2014 Australia Year of the Dragon MS-70. First release is right there with the Queen on it. Now, these are collectible. They go for a lot online. I got a good deal, so I'm passing the deal along. I do have the reserve at 90 bucks. I don't know why it says 95, but the reserve on this is 90. They go for the lowest I saw was about 115. Guys, Crawdaddy stacks coming in. At 90, ladies and gentlemen, Crawdaddy stacks in the year. And Gary S. in the nest coming in at 95. Miss Coin Crew, I would have been a part of that, but nobody asked me. You know, I've always been a part, always donated stuff, but never got an email to be a part of any part of it. Bracken Family Life coming in at 99 and doing fine. Gary S. says, that's a different Gary. Crawdaddy stacks at 100, ladies and gentlemen. Crawdaddy in the lead at 100. Now we're looking for 105 to stay alive. Gary TX at 105. Looking for 110. Do we hear 110, ladies and gentlemen? Going once. Gary in Texas in the lead. That's G-Loft G for those that don't know. Going twice to Gary TX. But Miss Coin Crew, I've always tried to be a part of that and helped out. Crawdaddy stacks at 110. Bracken trying to get in there, but Crawdaddy just a little bit quicker, ladies and gentlemen. Looking for 115, going once. Looking for 115. Crawdaddy in the lead. Do we hear 115? Going twice. I can't look at Dragon, says CM. Last call for Mr. Alcohol. Crawdaddy at 110. Looking for 115. Do we hear 115? All in. Fair warning. Warning. This bad coin is sold to Crawdaddy stacks for 110. Thank you, Crawdaddy. Thank you, Gary. I appreciate everybody. Bracken, everybody trying to bid. But Miss Coin Crew, hopefully next year I'll be able to be a part of it. I had been a part of it every year, but, you know, I'm not sure what happened because literally I had asked somebody, hey, you know, what's going on with that? And they said, oh, that's this weekend. And I'm like, well, I'm out of town. That's kind of a bummer. But, you know, is what it is. What's up, Mr. Dearborn? All right, next item up for my Canadian collectors out there. Ladies and gentlemen, 1919 Canada. 50 cents. Wife is going to kill me, though, says Crawdaddy. Uh-oh. We don't want anybody killing you, brother. We're going to turn on the scope so we can see this closer. All right, let's back this out a little bit. All right, it's a bigger coin, so it takes up more room on the scope. All right, here we go. 1919 Canadian, 50 cents. And I do have a reserve on this at 45. You don't see a lot of these around. They are silver, and for that age, in that condition, that is a heck of a deal. The scope is invisible, you know. Miss Coin Crew, you know, I appreciate it. I'll just keep it there. All right, guys, we got James Real trying to get in there, but Ricky the Scotty coming in at 45. Blue and Brown Boatsy at 50. Bracken trying to get in there. And it is Sterling. Mud Swat, you are correct, my friend. That is a sterling ounces, or not ounce, sterling silver, but it's actual silver rate. I forgot what that is. Wayne Lynn trying to get in, but Michael LeFew with the first pew 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 at 55. What's up, Copper Owl? Bracken Family Life dropping the George on us, coming in at 60, my friends. Bracken in the life at 60, looking for 61. Going once. Ricky the Scotty trying to get in there. Going twice, my friends. What's up, Crispy Coins? Last call for Mr. Alcohol. Bracken in the lead at 60. Michael LeFew says, pew, 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 coming in at 63 like he's Johnny T. Going once. Michael LeFew in the lead at 63, looking for 64, going twice. Michael LeFew in the lead. Once, twice, 3 times for Larry. Last call, guys. Bracken Family Life coming back at 65 and staying alive. Going once. Going twice. Last call from Mr. Alcohol. Bracken Family Life in the lead at 65. Looking for 66 in the mix. All in. Guys, LeFew coming back with the George. LeFew in the lead. Going once. Looking for 67. Going twice. Last call for Mr. Alcohol. LeFew in the lead at 66. Will it hold? All in. Fair warning. Warning. This bad bag Canadian 50 cent is sold to Michael LeFew for 66. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, Bracken trying to get in there. Did they make it in? Nope, the hammer was dropped, my friends. Michael LeFew with the win. But Bracken, thank you for trying. I really do appreciate that. It really does mean a lot to me. All right, so Michael LeFew. All right, Michael LeFew with the win. Just missed it. So close. All right, next item up, ladies and gentlemen, 1903 Indian Hen Cent. This one is an XF40. And the funny thing to me about when you're grading some of these coins is the difference between a 40 and a 45 is literally that area there is flattened and has a couple less diamonds in it, you know. But that's just how it goes. But look at how nice the shield is. And the reverse, there's no scratches or nothing on this. This is a nice looking coin. My fiance and I leave for Disney World on Saturday. Right on. A foot for silver. You know how to get a hold of me. I don't think I have any AU walkers in tonight's auction. And let me get the description. This coin literally is worth maybe 10 bucks in the condition it is. We'll start the bid off at $1. Good luck, everybody. Good luck. The only Walker I have sitting on my desk right now is a D over S, and it's BU. It's not AU. Copper out coins coming in with the $2. Bracken at 3. T-Rep Adventures at 4. Looking for 5 to stay alive. Copper out coins coming in at 5. Looking for 6 in the mix. Going once. Hey, Miss Coin Crew, you have my phone number. Sarah Land just subscribed. Welcome to the nest, Sarah Land. Golden Spike Coin. What's up? Going twice, my friends. Copper out coins in the lead at $5. Looking for 6. Last call from Mr. Alcohol. All in. Fair warning. Warning. This bad penny is going to be sold to Copper out coins for $5. Now here is, Chuck Norris was born in Oklahoma. Teacher T-Rep is fine. He's been here a lot. I think he's bought something a long time ago. So Copper out coins, remember, if you got to be a Platinum Penguin for free shipping. Flat rate's $5. All right. We're almost to our giveaway. We're going to do a giveaway after lot number 10. That's going to be a beautiful uncirculated 1943 Denver Merc Dime. All right. Next item up, we have a 1904 Indian Head Cent. This one's AU55. A nicer coin for sure. Let me turn on the scope for you guys. Oh, come on. Thing's not working. All right. 1904. And you know what, guys? You can see that it's got the 4 diamonds in the band right here. Just a little bit of a flat spot, but you can see the 4 diamonds. It's like 3.5 diamonds basically on this one. And then the reverse is really, really nice. The shield is complete and full. And this coin in this condition is about a $30 penny. But we will start the bid at $15. But retail, that is about a $30 coin. So pretty cool. But it is considered brown. Guys, CM Silver, Copper Owl at 15. CM Silver coming in with the deuce, dropping the bomb on us, ladies and gentlemen. T-Rep is out. James Real coming in at 29 and doing fine. Going once. James in the lead at 29. Looking for $30 to make us holla. Do we hear 30? Going twice. Guys, CM Silver coming in with the George at 33. Like Johnny T. Going once. Going twice. CM in the lead at 33. Copper out Copper coming in at 34. Going once. Going twice. COC in the lead. Last call for Mr. Alcohol. Copper Out Coins in the lead at 34. Out the door. All in. Fair warning. Warning. This bad coin is sold to Copper Out Coins for 34. I gotta see something here real quick. Okay. Thank you, Copper Out Coins. Thank you, CM and everybody else for bidding. I appreciate you. So, Copper Out Coins. Thank you, my friends. All right, next item up, lot number 8, and 2 more lots. You know what? I might even be nice. I might add something to the midstream giveaway. You just never know. But this next item up, ladies and gentlemen, from Peru, 1819. And it does have a little bitty rim ding right there. Has a rim ding, but it's really, really old. This coin's over 200 years old. Pretty darn nice. 1819 Lima, Peru. I have the reserve at 95. There's ones on eBay and other places that are just way worse shape and going for a lot more. I got a good deal, so I try to pass it on to the nest. Good luck, my friends. Lone Star Fox in the nest. Bought a lot of Dodge Ram pickups like the old GTOs and the Dukes of Hazzards. Yeah, that's for sure. B. Waller says, I'm a real rim dinger. That's funny. All right, guys, but the reserve on that is 95, and there is 0.78 ounces of silver in it on top of it, for those that didn't know. Guys, James Werner dropping the bomb on us. Coming in serious at a hundo. C-note to Werner going once. Looking for 105 to stay alive. Going twice. Werner in the lead. Last call from Mr. Alcohol. James in the lead at 100. Looking for 105 all in. Fair warning. The bids are getting reals, says Crazy Stacker. This bad coin is sold to James Werner for 100. And just a good old boy. Couldn't change if he could, right? Been tall, you never saw. Been in trouble with the law since the day they were born. Making their way the only way they know how. And that's just a little bit lower than the law will allow. Just a good old boy. I haven't heard that song in a long time. That's funny. All right, up next, my friends, we have, thank you, James. Matter of fact, guys, big announcement. James Werner sent us some cool stuff to add to giveaways in the future. I need to get to the P.O. box. But here we go. 1916 Peru Soul. And I'm going to show you, this has some doubling on it, ladies and gentlemen. And I found it the other day. I'm trying to see where did I see that? I was pretty sure I saw doubling. Did I miss something here? Hold on, guys. Ah, there it is. Okay. On Feliz, we got to increase the... Okay, my thing doesn't want to... Hold on. you can see it on the Felice. Right here on the back of the E. And in the back of the F. And part of the L. And on the inside of the Z. And it looks like a little bit on the Y. Yep, backside of F and E. I was starting to freak out for a second because, you know, you see those things and you're like, wait a minute, did I not see it? Let me back this out. This is the reverse where they put the date. It's a nice coin. It's got quite a bit of silver in it. It does have one little bitty scratch right there. Does have a scratch in the field. That's why I don't have it at a higher amount than what I have it. I have it at 75. I think with the scratch, it's still worth about 85 or so, maybe 90 bucks. There we go. Good luck, everybody. Double vision. I like that song. God, I'm old. Golly. It makes me just feel horribly old. I have not seen Steve LaPointe in a while. Hopefully he's doing all right. Eric A. Oh, by the way, guys, Eric A. almost had to have heart surgery, guys. So keep him in your prayers. Hopefully he will stay healthy. Guys, blue and brown Boatsy coming in at 75 with the George. Going once. Going twice. Last call, ladies and gentlemen. Lone bidder, blue and brown Boatsy. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. All in. Fair warning. This soul is sold to blue and brown Boatsy for 75. Thank you, my friend. Sorry about this, guys. Okay. Just had to take care of something real fast. Chad Brookman, how you doing, brother? Eric A. is a good dude. This was blue and brown Boatsy. Thank you, blue and brown. All right, one more, and then we're going to do a giveaway. Bracken's like, I'm late again. All right, we got a 1904 that's an XF45 in the Lincoln Indian Head Sense. We'll put it under the scopage. Now, I can get my hands on some key date Indian Head Sense, but man, those things are pricey. Now, this one's got a gouge in the face that I didn't notice before. You know what? I'm gonna put this one with the midstream giveaway, guys. We're gonna take that one out for the midstream. You know me, I like stuff to look nice, and that little gouge kind of bugs me. So we're going to do the midstream giveaway. We're going to add this 1904 to it along with the Merc Dime. And let me get that started. Give me one sec here. All right, Nightbot is on. You guys know me. I try to do the right thing. All right, I'll be back in about 2 or 3 minutes. Good luck, everybody. Good luck. What's up, Dewey Day? Anybody I missed in chat, I apologize. I'm glad everybody's here hanging out. It's really is appreciated. And I will be right back. Make the one that you said is diabetic friendly. Alright, I gotta get back. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. It is time to see who the next winner is for the giveaway in 3, 2, 1, booyah. J Money, ladies and gentlemen. J Money, you are the winner. They've changed some things on YouTube, I've noticed. But congrats to J Money. We'll give him a second to claim it. If he doesn't claim it, we'll pick a new winner in just a second. So we'll give him about another... There we go. J Money's here. All right. Yeah, for the live giveaways, you got to be here. That's for sure. All right. You're welcome, brother. Let me get this turned back off, and we'll get into auction number 11. Remember, we only have 20. Again, guys, happy birthday to Teacher 1388. We love you, buddy. All right, next up, African Wildlife 2023 Somalia Elephant MS70 NGC slabbed and certified, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very cool. Some of these that I got in these, it's unbelievable how pricey they are online. And like I said before, I got a decent deal on them, so I'm not upping the price. I'm going by kind of the lowball average that I saw them go for. And this one, we have the reserve at 95. Good luck, my friends. Good luck. Guys, Gary from Texas coming in with the hundo, the C-note. Looking for 105. Do we hear 105 going once? Gary Lofgren at 100. Looking for 105 going twice. Mr. Gary Lofgren. Last call for Mr. Al. Key. Ho, 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 ho. Gary in the lead at a hundo. Looking for 105. All in. Fair warning. What warning? This bad coin is sold to Gary for 100. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to Gary. Thank you, Gary. And you guys see what I say. We don't slow things down. If there is only one person bidding, we move right along. All right, next up we have, coming out of 1894, ladies and gentlemen, a gorgeous Indian head cent. And between an XF 40, 45, it was graded at a 45 at the shop that I got it from. So, you know, I went with them because the guy that works there is actually been a grader for NGC and PCGS, so he knows his stuff. The reverse is really cool, really nice. Got a little bit of a dark tint going on in here, but overall, not too shabby. The reserve on this one is at $45. It's about a $55-$60 coin. That's where it's at. Chop mark, says Blue and Brown Boatsy. There we go. Blue and Brown Boatsy, I don't think we have any chop mark coins in the shop right now. I might have one or two in my deep stack. I have to take a look. It's been a while since I looked at the deep stack. It's been a while. It's been a while. It's been a while. All right, 1894. Going once. If we don't have any action, we're going to keep rolling. Going twice. Last call. All right, what I will do is I'm going to put it up for what I bought it for as a buy it now. If somebody wants it, my best price is $40. That's pretty much what I bought the coin for. I was looking to make about $5 on it. If not, no worries. It'll go into the bin for the next show. I'm at Mustang Coin Show tomorrow, so it'll just go into that for that. Always been lurking, best and most consistent AU channel on the internet with RFT. Thank you, Foot. Guys, CM Silver buying it now at 40. Congrats to CM. Thank you, CM. Appreciate it, my friend. Breaking even. See, the profit margin on most coins, especially numismatic coins, is pretty slim, guys. It's just the nature of the beast. Unless you own your own bricks and mortar, then you can do really well. All right, this next coin I don't see very often, and especially real ones. I see fake ones all the time, but this one is real. This is a 1927A French Indochina piastre. They are 90% silver, 0.78 ounces, and very cool coin to say the least. And it has, like it says on there, 27 grams of silver. The reserve on this is at $80. That is a really reasonable price for that coin. They go for quite a bit more. I got a good deal, passing the good deal along, guys. So good luck, my friends. Good luck. But on that one, yes, the reserve is at $80. Bracken Family Life coming in with the George at 80, my friends. Bracken Family in the lead at 80, looking for 81, going once. Bracken in the lead at 80, looking for 81, going twice. Blue and brown coming in at 81 with the snow. CM Silver dropping the mini bomb. CM in the lead at 85, going once, looking for 86 in the mix, my friends. Going twice. But yeah, for those of you in the area, make sure you come check out the Mustang Coin Show going on tomorrow and Saturday. Duck and cover, says Crawdaddy Stacks. Blue and brown Boatsy coming back with the Snope, ladies and gentlemen. Wish more people sold coins instead of just silver. The roller coaster has not been fun. That's for sure, Miss Coin Crew. I'm sure you and Keith have been having a rough time being a coin shop on top of it, seeing the ups and downs. Guys, going once to CM at 87, looking for 88. Going twice. CM in the lead. Last call for Mr. Owl. Key. Ho, ho, ho. CM in the lead at 87, looking for 88. The double eights. All in. Fair warning. Warning. This bad coin is sold to CM Silver for 87. Congratulations, CM. So my silver buying, if you guys have noticed, I've been picking up, especially for auctions and stuff with you guys, perfect 70s. You know, getting stuff that's gonna hold a value no matter where silver itself is actually at, you know. I want you guys to have good stuff in your collections. I want you to have things that you're proud of owning. You know, because if you ever have to sell it, God forbid, you know, I want you to be able to get something for it. Hi, Angie Crowell. How you doing, hon? All right, next item up. Right here, 1907 France. France. Oh, my goodness. Philippines. 1907 S Philippines. Yes, the S is for the San Francisco mint mark because these were minted in San Francisco. I can't believe I just did that. That's funny. Okay, these are about $50 value. Francopeens, that's funny. Starting bid on this, I'm going to say $40, guys. I think that's pretty fair. Good luck, my friends. Guys, Bracken Family Life coming in at 40 with the George. You know, sometimes I make mistakes. It's what happens. All right, Bracken in the lead at 40, looking for 41, going once. Bracken, the lone bidder. Any fractional gold options out there measured by the ounce I can't afford. 1/10 that are low premium. Otherwise buying silver. Nah, Create Craft, man, a 10th ounce is literally like a $50, $60 premium. Guys, James Best coming. Do we have James Best registered? James, have you bought from us before? I have to hold on a second because I'm not sure. All right, James Real came in at 41. Bracken coming back at 45 and staying alive. So we have James Real. He is definitely registered. Going once to Bracken, looking for 46 in the mix. Going twice. There's Eric A. What's up, brother? Hi, Savvy Stacker. Good to see you, my friend. First time on your channel, I bid on RFT. James Best, you're good then. If you're on RFTs, you're good to go. I will say this. If you want free shipping, you become a Platinum Penguin here, and that gives you free shipping. Have two 1904 pesos, one with chop marks and one without. Nice. Last call for Mr. Alcohol. Mustang Dave, seen him around, but Eric A., I told everybody earlier that you're battling some stuff, so we're glad you're doing okay, man. Told everybody to keep you in their prayers. All right, all in. Fair warning. This bad coin is sold to Bracken for 45. All right, so Bracken, family, life. Bracken says, sweet. Nice. All right, up next we have something Oh, this one here. So this, ladies and gentlemen, when I looked this up, this was going for ridiculously crazy money. The Big 5 Series South Africa 2025 MS70 NGC slab and certified. I got a good deal like I did on the other ones, and I was shocked, but I don't do that to you guys. I make sure that I make a little something. You can make quite a bit on this coin, whoever ends up with this coin. But I'll start the bid off at 95. I stationed in the Philippines in the 80s, so this one was cool. Nice. We got two more Filipino coins up later tonight. All right, guys. Bracken Family Life coming in at 95. Gary coming in at 100. Ladies and gentlemen, looking for 105. Gary in Texas at 100, looking at 105, going once. Gary getting a smoke. Bracken coming in at 105, looking for 110, going once. Gary S at 110, looking for 115, going once. Gary S in the lead. Bracken at 115, ladies and gentlemen, going once to Bracken, looking for 120. Do we hear 120, ladies and gentlemen? Bracken in the lead, going twice. Bracken in the lead. You know what I haven't done in a while? A live Suzuki. Last call for Mr. Alki Hall. Bracken in the lead. We just got back from Davao City. Nice. Gary S. Trying to... Oh, wait. Bracken at 115. Looking for 120. All in. Fair warning. Warning. This bad coin is sold to Bracken Family Life for 115. Crazy stacker, I know. I saw the prices and couldn't believe it, but I got it for a deal from the shop that I got it from. So you guys, well, Bracken Family Life is getting a heck of a deal. I try to make sure that you guys get stuff that you, like I said, you've heard me say it before, that you guys can at least do all right. And when I looked those up, yeah, they were $230, give or take. You know, and some people might say I'm crazy, but here's the thing. I don't do this, guys, to squeeze every last penny that I can out of people. I do this literally to be able to help people get better stuff, because there's a number of you that don't have coin shops in your areas, and I like doing this and having fun. I love giving stuff away, so I always have giveaways, even though I can tell you back in the day, I had multiple coin channels approach me saying to don't do giveaways. We don't want you doing giveaways, and I said, no, that's not how I do things, and I'm not going to change because of what you want. All right, 1908S Philippines, ladies and gentlemen, another beautiful peso up for grabs from the Philippines, 1908S. For those of you that didn't know, these are literally minted in San Francisco. Really cool coin. We're going to do the same thing as we did as the other ones. The starting bid on this is going to be $40. Good luck, my friends. Good luck. One 1909 VDB on another channel looks to be in good condition with nice toning. Nice. Congrats, Crawdaddy. Bracken coming in at 40, ladies and gentlemen. James Reel at 45 with the George. James Reel in the lead at 45, looking for 46, going once. James Reel in the lead at 45, looking for 46, going twice. Crazy Stacker, you know, it is what it is. I mean, some people, you know, they don't look at things the way I do, and I understand. James Reel in the lead at 47, looking for 48, going once. James Reel in the lead at 47, going twice. Looking for 48. Do we hear 48? Last call for Mr. Alcohol. You know, and this was a while back, and the channels that were doing it aren't really around anymore for the most part. Bracken Family Life coming in at 48 with another George. Going once. Going twice. Last call for Mr. Alcohol. Oops. Bracken Family Life in the lead at 48, looking for 49. Eric A coming in at 49. Going once. Eric A in the lead at 49, looking for 50. Does your shop offer a PCGS grading? No, Mustang, we stopped doing that, my friend. We the turnaround time for NGC and everything is way too long. All right, going once. Crazy Stacker, I miss doing the sing-alongs. I had fun doing those, but you know, people that were jealous of doing it and were literally going twice, telling on me and you know, reporting the channel. Later down the road, I see one of the people I know that did that to the channel doing sing-alongs themselves. So it's kind of funny how that works. But I'm not one to tell on people like that. I just let it go. Last call for Mr. Alcohol. But Mustang Dave, yeah, we had customers getting really mad, saying it's taking too long to get their coins. So the boss finally said, no, we're good. All right, Eric A in the lead at 49, looking for 50. All in. Fair warning. This bad coin is sold to Eric A for 49. Vote for Pedro. What's up, vote? Key date coins I'd like to get slapped for verification. You know what, Mustang Dave, you have my phone number in Miss Ravens. Like, hit us up. Guys, Eric A said, put it for the EOS. Holy smokes. Eric A, holy cow, guys. Eric A given to the EOS. That is absolutely phenomenal, brother. Thank you, man. Since Eric did that, I'm gonna find something to add as well. How about we do this? I got a 1906 AU50 still in the original holder from the shop I bought it at. We'll add that along with Eric's extra edition, just to say thanks to Eric for doing that. And now we have almost like one of the old days. All right, next item up. From the Philippines, 1910S. This is the nicest one out of the group, ladies and gentlemen. This thing is gorgeous. This one's worth a little bit more than the others. I think I did have a reserve on it. No, I didn't put a reserve, but this one's worth about $70 retail. So What I will say is we will start the bid on this one at 50. That's where we'll start it. It's worth a bit more than that. We'll see where it goes. But 50 is where I can break even. Guys, Doug Harding in there. Bracken trying to get in there. But Harding first at 50. Looking for at least 51 to get her done. Do we hear 51, ladies and gentlemen? Looking for at least 51 going once. Bracken at 51. Looking for 52. James Best trying to get in there. But vote for Pedro at 55 because he can't drive. 55. Now remember, ladies and gentlemen, we made that announcement earlier about donating to the Wounded Warrior Project. If there's a coin you ever want to donate, we're going to put you into a special drawing for $100 credit on the channel. And then that $100 is going directly back to the Wounded Warrior Project, my friends. So that's pretty darn cool. Guys, Bracken Family Life in here at 56, looking for 57. What's going on, Fleabag? Vote for Pedro at 57. Best trying to get in there. Best at 58, looking for 59. Bracken trying to get in there. Guys, vote for Pedro at 60. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a bidding war going on. Pedro in the lead at 60 going once, looking for 61 to make it fun. Do we hear 61? Going twice. Pedro in the lead at $60, making us holler. Last call from Mr. Alcohol. And vote for Pedro. I know you know this already, but if you want to put any information about the Wounded Warrior Project out there, you're more than welcome. Guys, Bracken at 61, Pedro at 62. Boatsy trying to get in there, but Pedro in the lead at 62, looking for 63 like we're Johnny T. Going once. Pedro in the lead at 62, looking for 63, going twice. Pedro in the lead, last call for Mr. Ow. Key. Ho, ho, ho. Vote for Pedro in the lead at 62, all in. Fair. Warning. Warning. This bad coin is going to be sold. To vote for Pedro. For 62. Thank you, vote for Pedro. But yeah, I was talking about for Pedro last night, and you know, we talked about how giveaways and stuff are done. And so yeah, you guys would be in a special drawing for a running for $100 credit on the channel if you donate an item to guys, he's donating it to the Wounded Warrior Project himself. So I'm going to put his name. This is for WWP. Don't mail. But you guys will be entered into a special drawing for $100 credit on RavenHawk coins for any item that you donate towards the Wounded Warrior Project giveaway for their auction in July, the weekend of July 4th. All right, next item up, ladies and gentlemen, 1906 Indian Head Cent. Killer coin, killer condition. Let me get the scope turned on here. Right there, AU. The reverse on there is nice. And this one in this condition is worth about 30 bucks. We'll start the bid off like the other ones at $1. Good luck, my friends. Good luck. And he said, shout out to Raven for being an auctioneer during the benefit again, helping to bring the 3-year total of this community has raised $538,149. Much love to you, brother. I'm honored to be a part of that, man. That means a lot. Guys, Harding in at 10. Boatsy trying to get in there. James Barron at 12, ladies and gentlemen. James in the lead at 12, looking for 13. Going once. James Real at 15. With the Snope going once. Harding trying to get in there, but Real in the lead at 15, looking for 16, going twice. James Real in the lead at 15. Last call from Mr. Owl. Key. James Barron coming in with the Snope at 16. It's the underwater auction. Looking for 17, ladies and gentlemen. 17. James Barron in the lead. Gary, yes, in the nest. Coming in at 17. James Warner says almost the... Gary S in the lead. James Barron coming back on the attack with the George at 18. Gary S at 19 with the Snope going once. Gary S in the nest at 19, looking for 20, going twice. Gary S in the lead. Last call from Mr. Alcohol. I heard that wah 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 and thought my wife found out about my purchase. James Real at 20. Gary S at 21, ladies and gentlemen. Gary S in the lead at 21. Looking for the deuce on the loose. Going once. Going twice. Gary S in the lead at 21. Last call from Mr. Owl. Key. Oh. Gary S in the lead at 21. Do we hear 22 like Mr. LeFew? What's up, Scott? All in. Fair warning. Warning. This bad coin is sold to Gary S for 21, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations to Gary. Thank you, Gary. All right, we only have 2 items left on the night, ladies and gentlemen, and then that'll be it. Lot number 19. This is a really cool Canadian coin. 1953 Canadian silver dollar, toned. It's got a lot of toning going on. It's a gorgeous coin, and it's with strap. And that strap is on her shoulder, right? It like goes over like right in here. Hold on, let me look again. I have to find it because it was something new to me. And I think it's the in front of her. Right there. For some reason it's back of the shoulder. Hold on, let me relook. Oh yeah, okay, now I see it better. So back of the shoulder, you can see it right there, kind of where the light's shining here. I'll put it under the scope so you guys can see it closer. Right there. That thing there. I thought it was this thing over the shoulder. That's where I thought it was, but Eric A is saying it's on the back of the coin. But anyways, it was pointed out to me that it is the one with the strap. No, it's not a die crack create craft. It's an actual variety in the coin. There's one with the strap and without the strap. This one I do have a reserve at 55 with the toning and its condition and everything. It's a very gorgeous coin. Good luck, my friends. Good luck. She's strapped. That's funny. Guys, Ricky the Scotty coming in at 55 because he can't drive. 55. The Queen was packing heat. Who knew? Guys, Bracken Family Life coming in at 56 in the mix, ladies and gentlemen. Bracken in the lead, looking for 57. Ricky the Scotty coming back in at 60. James Reel trying to get in there, but Ricky in the lead, going once. Ricky the Scotty in the lead at 60, looking for 61, going twice. The Voyager dollars are really cool, that's for sure. Last call for Mr. Alcohol. Eric Ace says shoulder holster, just saying. All right, let's see. Sold to Ricky. Ricky the Scotty in the lead at 60, all in. Fair warning. This bad coin is sold to Ricky the Scotty for 60, ladies and gentlemen. Cool coin, Ricky. Congratulations, my brother. All right, so Ricky the Scotty. Thank you, Ricky. I appreciate you, brother. Mud Swat, I'm sorry for your loss of your sister, brother. All right. Next one up. This is the year of the horse, ladies and gentlemen. I use a Sharpie quite a bit. 2002 PCS Slabbed MS69. Year of the horse. This is a 24-year-old year of the horse. It took all that time to come back around to be the year of the horse again. Happens every 12 years because there's 12 different astrological signs, if I remember properly. There is a reserve on this coin at 110. These go for quite a bit, being that old as far as this series goes. This is like the first lunar series, I think, that they did out of Australia. But the reserve on this one is 110. So good luck, my friends. Good luck. And like a lot of the other ones, if you can even find one of these for sale, they are ridiculous money. So at 110, it's actually, on average, the price I was seeing is about 130, 135. All right. Going once. Guys, Gary S. in the nest with the George. Going once. Going twice. This is a 2002. Last call for Mr. Alcohol. All in. Fair warning. This bad coin is sold to Gary S. for 110. Congratulations, Gary. Nice purchase, brother. Thank you very much. All right, my friends. It is that time to do the end of stream giveaway. Gary's like, I need the other 11 in that series. Yep, one for each month. Or maybe, is it 12 total? I know they run in cycles of 12. There's the goat, the horse, the pig, the rat, the monkey, the tiger, the rabbit, the mouse. I know I'm missing some. Wolf Track says, yes, there are 12 total. Aha. All right. Here we go. Donated by Eric A. 1908 S. Philippine peso. Very cool. We got a 1906 Indian head cent, AU50, and the Mexican silver coin from the 68 Olympics. Going up for grabs. We'll turn on the night bot. Josh Miller just subscribed. Well, welcome to the nest, Josh Miller. Thank you for being a part of everything. All right. Let's put this on live chat. And I will be back, my friends. Good luck, everybody. Big thank you and shout out to Teacher 1388 being here on his birthday. Create Craft for his help. Miss Coin Crew for being here. Vote for Pedro. Brother Doug Wagner. Peter Bowes. Invisible River Ranch. Mud Swat. Mustang Dave. Brother Doug Wagner. Invisible River Ranch. J-Dog. And CM Silver. Silver Streak. You guys are amazing. Anybody? Oh, Des Logic. He was here earlier. Shout out to Johnny T and Frank Mons and a few others that haven't been around for a little while. But hey, it's all good. A big thank you to everybody that bought something this evening. James Barron, James Reel, Crawdaddy Stacks, Michael LaFew, Copper Owl Coins, James Warner, Blue and Brown Boatsy, Gary Lofgren, CM Silver, Bracken Family Life, Eric A, Vote for Pedro, Gary S, and Ricky the Scawny. You rock, my brother. I really do appreciate you guys very much. And like I said, I'll be back in a minute, so get your entries in, and we'll see who wins. RavenHawk Coins, stay tuned. I can smell it. What's up, man? How was gymnastics? Yeah, did you kick butt? Oh, you're getting so big. I love. Alright, buddy. I see you. Release. Alright, but I do this. Ow, ow. Really, dog? It's 7:20 something, 7:30. I see you, Bubba. I've still got to do the giveaway, buddy. I'll be done in a minute. Alright. Go play. Alright, go play. What? Go have fun. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, you know what? There's something I was going to show you guys. And I'll show it to you in a second. For those of you that like doing the Ultra Breaks thing, they have Goldmine 4 is coming out tomorrow. They only did 500 packs. But if you get an Infinity label, there is literally a voucher for some really cool gold coins in there. Half ounce and some other stuff. Oh, my hair got all messed up. How did my thing come off? I look like a bum. Alright, let's put that back on. Alright, you have a great weekend too, Create Craft. Teacher 1388, everybody. You guys are awesome. Alright, here we go. Let's pick the winner in 3, 2, 1. Booyah. Namaste. Forget me not. Namaste. Yeah, I'm going to do a opening later. You know, it's one of those things where I've been with them for a while. I think that they kind of got away from some of their original stuff that made them fun. But they got a new group that is running the show. So I think we're going to see some cool changes here in the near future. Namaste, you're welcome, my friend. You're welcome. American Patriot, what's up, brother? All right. Let me turn off the Nightbot. All right, my friends. Well, like always, this has been a lot of fun. In these crazy times, stay informed. Let's see what happens with the precious metal market. You just never know. Wow, even my beard's all janky. It's time to give a beard trim, huh? All right, like always, Ultra Break seems to be flooding the market with a lot of items, says Gary. They had other stuff that I didn't even know about, you know. All right, here we go. Like always, please make sure to take care of one another, and we'll see you real soon. RavenHawk Coins, have a great day.